Hey, let's talk about mini fridges. Now, my wife and I, when we sat down to look into one of these, we realized there's really three types that you can get. There is the standard mini fridge, there's what is called a beverage fridge, and there's a wine cooler or a wine fridge. I'm gonna walk you through all three of them today. We ended up with all three. That's another story. I'll talk about the differences in each of them, and hopefully by the end of the video, you'll be able to kind of make a decision about which one you want to buy based on the different qualifiers and stuff. So, okay, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, here is the Magic Chef mini fridge. We have this installed here in our kitchen, over in the breakfast nook area. Let me go ahead and show it to you. We use it in the summer as a beer fridge. I waited to film this video until it was kind of fully stocked. We're having a pool party for a birthday this weekend, and so we have it. We just added a bunch of different kinds of beer. It comes with a lot of levels. So you've got a top level that will store soda cans, another level that we have allocated for soda or beer cans, and then a third level down here. These are adjustable, right? So you can do as many as you want, as close as you want, etc., etc. It has a pull-out drawer on the bottom. It's not very big, and so we use it for coffee. Looks like we got a water bottle in there, not much. And then over here on the sides, you've got 6 cans, a little tray down here that we use for coffee, for creamer, and then a couple trays over here. You can adjust the cold setting. Right here, you can see right now it's on 3 out of 5. It keeps things pretty cold, so we keep it right in the middle because that's plenty cold enough. And then you also have a freezer, which I opened up for you just to see. And then this just slides down, very normal, like all kind of mini fridges. Now, every year or so, if you don't take this out and thaw it, this will start to leak. And the way it leaks is, I don't know how the technology works, but it kind of dumps all at once. So every year or so, we'll look down on the ground and we'll say, well, wait a second, why is there water underneath that? And we'll realize that, oh yeah, that's right. It says in the owner manual that it will automatically thaw itself out. So just make a note to kind of once a year take this thing out and thaw it. Overall, it's very sturdy. It's very robust. It doesn't wobble like a lot of mini fridges that I've had in the past will do. And we are very, very happy with it. We've had it for a good number of years. Okay, that's number one, the mini fridge. Now let's move on to the beverage fridge. I think you're gonna find these two have probably more crossover than the third one we'll look at, which is the, there we go, the wine fridge. Let's dive in.
This is the hOmeLabs beverage refrigerator and cooler. I'll walk through my overall thoughts of this and then I'll show you some of the features of it up close. All right, so this is about, I don't know, 2-ish feet wide, 3 feet tall. So it's a good size, great for, again, putting drinks in there, which is what it's meant to do. And let's take kind of a look at this closer up. So looking at the door first, you have this handle, and really easy. You can obviously pull it from up top, or if you want to use the handle, that's there. The glass, it's like a double paned glass, so it does keep everything in there nice and cool. The glass has stayed in great shape for us. We haven't had really any scratches or anything like that on it. And same with, I think this is like, I don't know, a stainless steel maybe frame. Don't quote me on that. But this also has been staying in great shape. It feels very durable. We love the quality of this overall. And then you have your rubber that actually keeps it sealed. And this also has been working great for us. Now, opening up the fridge and looking at it. So this holds roughly, they say, 120 cans. We have, you can see we have some empty spaces, but when we did have it full, it held 70 for us. So, it also just depends on the sizes of cans. We specifically wanted to try various size cans. So you can see we have some really small ones. We've got some bigger bottles there. So we just wanted to experiment with different sizes to see what it could and could not actually hold. Within this, you get a few different shelves, and these are all adjustable in height. You can see how we have ours in very varied height here. And if you want to change it, there's just like the little shelving units here. So you can adjust it based on what you're putting in the fridge. just as an example, you can see how we put two shelves really close together and then use that for just cans on their side in the middle. And that did allow us to then have some bigger bottles in there. Overall, the shelves are really good quality. See, hopefully that's focusing, but these are really durable shelves. You know, again, we've had these full. We have about 70 cans in here, and there's no like bowing of the shelves, so they definitely hold a good amount of weight. We've never been nervous about this falling or anything like that. And you can even see if I move it a little bit, it doesn't really move. Taking a look at our settings here, very simple. You have your on and off switch, you have your light. So we keep the light off typically, unless if we're coming down at night, you can just turn it on like that. And now you can see it does light up pretty nicely. Obviously the top row gets a lot brighter than the other rows, but if you don't want to turn on other lights in the house, this is a great way to just quickly see what you want. And then you can just turn it off when you're done. And then you have your temperature setting. We keep ours at the lowest setting here, but if you do want it to go higher, you can. Very simple to use. Other than this, there's really no other settings that you have to worry about on here. So we find this to be just a great drink fridge. It's really durable. We've had no problems with it, and we would highly recommend.
Okay, that takes care of the mini fridge and the beverage fridge. Last up to see is the wine fridge. Got it better that time there. All right, let's talk about this Danby wine cooler. It is rated to hold up to 36 bottles of wine. I'm going to show you inside of it. I'll pull this out as well and show you behind it. So overall, we've had this for 7 or 8 years, and we've been very happy with it. I'll walk you through a couple of things about it here. So you can see that the racks are made out of metal. They don't have a nice, elegant finish like some have stainless steel or something right here. They don't really have that. They're a fairly standard rack. As you can see, most of the time I can get 4 bottles, but occasionally I can do a 5 if I really cram it. It all depends on the specific wine bottle, of course. Down here at the bottom, it's a little bit different. I'm not sure if I'm even using it the way that you're supposed to be using it, but that is how I am able to kind of use this bottom space. In terms of total, you can see here we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and then another 8 down there, I suppose. As you can see, the 36 is pretty loose because it really depends on the type of wine bottles you have. Like I have some of these that are, you know, really thick and heavy duty. And so those kind of ones, I can't get more than 4 in on. Here is the ability on the back side to change how cool you want it. I don't keep mine overly chilled. I just don't think it's that important to have it really, really ice cold. It will get really cold. The temperature range on this is anywhere from 43 to 57 degrees. There's the cooling portion down there. That's why you can't have full racks all the way down. In terms of performance, it keeps things very chilled. It's very easy to open and close. I would say the only downside, and this is partly because it's sitting in a cabinet, is that it can make some noise when it turns its cooling device on. I wouldn't call it really loud and maybe noticeable, but I would say that it's present. One other slight drawback is that these feet are not adjustable. And so if your floor, like mine is a little uneven at places, it will wobble a tiny bit. And so the way to solve this is, we've all been there, done that. A little piece of cardboard is what I've done. But do wish they had adjustable ones like some of my other fridges have. We've been very happy with it, and we think that it's a great wine cooler, especially given our needs and how we use it here at our house. All right, that's a wrap. Hopefully this helped you figure out if you want to go with a mini fridge, a beverage fridge, or a wine fridge, or like us, all 3. Good luck.